For Zaraish, it's going to be Zaraish diet, right? Not a trash diet. It's a Zaraish diet. Alright, what's up guys, you're watching Zealocity, and in this video we're going to be reviewing a clip which is basically from the TRS clips. We're talking about Dr. Pal Manikam, who is a well-known gut doctor, also known as a gastroenterologist, and he has explained about protein and vegetarian diets and carnivore diets and all of that and meat eating. So let's dive into this video and I'm going to give you my review.
Protein. Specifically non-veg, veg, vegan.
Good. I love it.
Dairy also put in this category.
I love this topic.
How do we talk about this in a very fast way? I actually don't want to dive too deep because there's a lot of information on YouTube. But what's the 101?
Everybody needs protein. Minimum protein requirement 0.8 gram per kilogram per day. If you are a 60 kilo man or woman is even more important. You need to have 48 to 50 grams of protein per day. And people stay away from protein because they think that too much of protein is going to cause kidney damage. Number one myth is that is not true. For a normal, healthy patient, who's trying to lose weight, if you don't have significant kidney problems, it is not a problem at all.
Awesome. So right off the bat, Dr. Pal starts off with the goddamn protein, which I keep talking about, and I'm glad that there's a doctor talking about it, because when a normal nutritionist who reads researches and goes through a lot of clinical trials to give you the right advice, when a nutritionist says that, you don't know anything, keyword warrior zyada tefer, you don't know anything, you're just a nutritionist, what do you know? Yeah, what do I know? Listen to the doctor. Listen to the right doctor, in fact, I would say, because there are a lot of doctors who are not even qualified and they don't know much about nutrition. Here's a doctor, here's a guide, the Dr. Pal Manikam. So he has told that protein is very important, it does not cause kidney damage, all of that nonsense. Number one myth that you listen to about protein. You need protein at least 0.8 grams per kg of body weight. What he has told is true for most people who don't really work out, but if you indulge in heavy activity, even if you do yoga, even if you do mild sports, it's ideally better to increase protein intake up to 1.2 grams per kg of body weight. And if you're very consistent with your workouts, like you lift heavy or you are an athlete, then 1.5 to 1.6 or even 2 grams per kg of body weight is good to go. But yes, protein is important. So let's eat your goddamn protein.
Then why are we talking about kidney problem? Is when a high protein diet, 1.5 gram per kilogram, more than that per day, where your body building and everything. And on the top of it, if you have some kidney issues, then you need to be a little bit careful. Okay.
Sure.
And the last thing would be vegan versus vegetarian versus animal-based protein. From a gastroenterology standpoint, I can clearly say that if you are plant-based protein diet, your gut bacteria is going to freaking love you.
Really?
They will worship you. They will pour love. Thank you so much for giving me the chana. Thank you so much for giving me this rajma. And in turn, it will give you the immunity that you want to fight against infections.
So you're batting for veganism.
Vegetarianism, plant-based.
What about veganism versus vegetarianism?
Veganism, in my opinion, I have tried it. It was very difficult for me. But there is no much difference between vegan and vegetarian from my opinion.
Awesome. So first thing, vegan versus meat or vegetarian versus meat. Dr. Pal goes on to say that if you go on more of vegetarian proteins, then your gut bacteria will love you and it's going to help you with good microbiome in your gut, and it's going to help you with fighting a lot of infections. And I think the Zealocity from a year ago would not completely agree to this, but Zealocity right now, who has progressed and who is learning and is still on the journey to learn, that is me, I think that now I totally agree with what he's saying, because I have been a non-vegetarian. So if you have not seen this video, when I have turned non-vegetarian, say vegetarian, we should watch this video, why I turned vegetarian. So initially, although I did it for a spirituality standpoint, I now can truly say that I am staying vegetarian, not just because of spirituality, but also because of how my digestion feels overall, how I feel overall in the gut. My gut feels much healthier. I can eat a lot of food and still not feel very heavy. So that's just me, hey, okay? And it could be very different for different people. But most people who I have seen going non-vegetarian, say vegetarian, I think most of them actually feel much better when they go vegetarian. And the gut feels better, the digestion is just smoother, the bowel movements are better. So I think I can definitely vouch for that because I've been through that process, the transition. So hey, I know people who have been following me. Some people might feel like कि ये क्या हो रहा है कि अब suddenly ये non-veg को छोड़ के vegetarianism को ज़्यादा promote कर रहा है.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
I'm just telling what I have gone through. Okay, it's not like कि आपके लिए भी ये same journey होना जरूरी हो, but most cases that I have seen that people who were non-vegetarian, when they turn vegetarian, their gut health actually improves. So I feel less IBS. I feel that मेरा diarrhea वगैरह का problem is gone. I feel less bloated. I feel less acidic. मतलब acidity भी मुझे ज़्यादा नहीं होती है. So that's definitely got to do something with me quitting non-veg. So hey, just my experience. So, and he also goes on to say that vegetarian and vegan में इतना difference नहीं है. So if you think कि vegan is not sustainable for you, then you don't have to go completely vegan. Your vegetarian diets, as in including dairy, paneer, curd, etc., that can very much help you with your gut microbiome, because paneer तो ठीक है, okay, पनीर का तो ठीक है, जस्ट अ प्रोटीन सोर्स, बट कर्ड स्पेसिफिकली इंक्लूड्स अ लॉट ऑफ प्रोबायोटिक्स. तो आपके ये जो गुड बैक्टीरिया होता है आपके गट के लिए, आपके गट के अंदर जो बैक्टीरिया होता है आपके पेट के अंदर, इंटेस्टाइन्स के अंदर, उसके लिए it's very important that you have the right bacteria, okay, and that is your probiotics, and fiber se prebiotics, so that is very important. So from that standpoint, what he said, I completely agree with it.
What I am saying is, I'm not strictly against non-vegetarian. Okay, you need that protein. Sometimes it's very difficult to take protein content through vegetarian also. So I came up with this term for my patients called palitarian. Dr. Palitarian. So what I do is 3 meals a day, 7 days a week, 21 meals a week. You do 80% plant-based. Okay, which will come around like, 18 meals plant-based. Remaining 4, you eat chicken, you eat white meat, preferably fish, chicken. Stay away from beef and pork. And the reason I'm saying that is, from a gastroenterology standpoint, it is very clear that red meat, especially beef and pork, are increased risk of colon cancer. Okay, I know there are multiple refuting studies, but it has been proven beyond doubt that there is some kind of nitrosamine link that it is increasing the risk of colon cancer. That is why I am doing colonoscopies at the age of 50 in US and not in India. And if you look at the data in India, colon cancer is very high in Kerala. Why? They eat beef a lot more than other states.
Okay, damn, this was very insightful. And a lot of dots connected, you see. So especially the point when he mentioned that he's doing a lot of colonoscopy in US and not in India, because the problems of colonoscopy, मतलब colon cancer के problems या colon tumors के problems यहाँ पे ज़्यादा नहीं है इंडिया में, and he's doing a lot more of that in the US, where there are a lot of issues related to colon cancer and colonoscopy related issues. मतलब colonoscopy करनी पड़ जाती है ऐसे cases में. We don't have a lot of beef here due to 2 reasons. 1, ethical reasons. 2, availability, right? I think not many people have access. So एक तो I think अच्छी बात ही है वो. First, he told that you need to have 80% plant-based, like 80% vegetarian, and 20% could be a little bit of non-veg foods. I agree to that. So take the example of Sakit Gokhale. He has gone vegetarian. He's stopped eating chicken for the most part, but if he's going out, he is having chicken. That's what he has told in his vlogs, and I've had a conversation with him about it. So he has also mentioned that to me. So he's not gone completely 100% vegetarian, but I think he's somewhere close to 80-90% vegetarian, and थोड़ा बहुत बाहर जाके chicken we can कभी sometimes once in a while, and he's having eggs at home. So the point is, yes, it's okay to have that little bit of non-veg, but if you think that you're already going through a lot of gut problems, जैसे constipation या फिर too much of gas, too much of diarrhea, too much of bloating, too much of acid reflux, then you can try this palitarian option. Dr. Pal ने जैसे बताया कि you go 80% vegetarian and plant-based, and 20% could be your non-veg foods, a little bit of here and a little bit of this and that. He has also mentioned that you need to consume more fish rather than consuming red meat, because that fish is high in omega-3, and that can actually help you with a lot of good stuff in the body. Okay, so yeah, coming back to the red meat stuff. See, he has told that red meat can cause a lot of problems, and fiber consumption is linked with, negatively associated with cancer risk. There's a meta-analysis that has been done in 2011, and in that study it clearly shows that every 10 gram increase of fiber would lead to 10% reduction in cancer risk, and that's very significant. That's a meta-analysis that we're talking about, okay? We're not talking about some random article written on Google by some guru who we don't even know about. कौन है वो? Meta-analysis is actually a very reliable way to make judgments on health, nutrition, whatever. Okay, there are studies that show that more red meat you have, the higher chance of you of having colon cancer. That is true. I think it is also due to the fact that most meat eaters do not consume more fruits and vegetables. I've seen this firsthand. I know a lot of people who eat a lot of meat and they don't eat any veggies whatsoever. They have like mutton and rice, they have mutton and roti, or they have just steak, mutton, lots of chicken, lots of eggs, but not having any vegetables along with it. Agar logically compare kiya jaye na, so a meat eater would naturally have lesser fiber compared to a vegetarian, because vegetarian mein, let's say if you compare a meal which has mutton and rice and veggies also, let's take mutton, rice and veggies, and dal, rice and veggies, yes, the protein and amino acids would be a little lesser in the dal chawal, but still when you talk about fiber, yes, dal also has fiber, vegetables also have fiber. Yeah, mutton mein to kuch fiber nahi hai, rice mein bhi very less fiber. So 5 to 6 grams of fiber from dal, 5 to 6 grams of fiber from veggies. Lot of fiber that we're talking about, okay? So naturally, your fiber intake goes up, and naturally, a meat eater would have less fiber intake. If you are a non-vegetarian, hardcore non-vegetarian, whatever the hell you are, you eat red meat, pink meat, white meat, whatever, try to increase fruits and vegetables as much as you can. So I agree 100% with Dr. Pal on this. There are multiple studies that he has also talked about. There are multiple studies that I can also show you. I'll also link some studies in the description with the PubMed ID. You can go through that. But end of the day, if you don't want to believe the study, it's on you. If you think that meat is good, meat is the best, yes, okay, consume it. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad at all. Just increase your fiber intake.
People are becoming not fully vegetarian,
Correct.
but non-veg consumption is gradually reducing.
Correct.
At least that's what I see around me. I might be wrong.
No, I think that's the right thing to do. Always extremes will not work. Keto will not work. Pure vegan will not work, because it's very difficult unless you're really committed to it. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do this. You can do it if it works for you.
Yeah.
I always go for moderation. I always go for sustainability. I always go for lifelong adoption of this technique. For me, I cannot stay away from non-veg.
Totally. You should know it. If you have been a regular viewer of Zealocity of my channel, then you will definitely know what I say is completely exactly similar with what Dr. Pal is saying. Have things in moderation, have a sustainable approach towards your diet, have a lifelong adoption of that technique. Don't just do a diet like most diets, like keto diet or a strict vegan diet or a carnivore diet that people are doing like right now. It's not very sustainable. आप देख लो यार, आप बचपन से चावल, रोटी, दाल, अंडे, पनीर सब खाते हो, ठीक है? अब मैं आपको बोलूँगा कि नहीं, आपको दाल भी नहीं खाना, फ्रूट्स भी नहीं खाना, वेजीज भी नहीं खाना, रोटी चावल तो भूल ही जाओ, और आपको डोसा, इडली, एवरीथिंग, पोहा, एवरीथिंग इज आउट ऑफ योर डाइट. Just consume meat, chicken, eggs, that's it, no veggies. Lots of ghee. Yeah, ghee is absolutely good, so consume lots of ghee. So basically a keto diet, yeah. So if you go that route, you will definitely suffer in the long run, because not just because of the fiber, hota hai ki fiber kam ho jayega, also because of the fact that you will not be able to sustainably have that kind of a lifestyle forever, right? Because it's just not how we are brought up with. And why do you want to go that route? Go on that diet which you are comfortable with. This is what I always say. For Zaraish, it's going to be Zaraish diet, right? Not a trash diet. It's a Zaraish diet. So if whoever you are, Rohit, Priyanshi, it should be a Rohit diet. It should be a Priyanshi diet, not Priyanshi doing Rohit's diet. Okay, just get this example right. कि आप किसी और का डाइट देख के वो अडॉप्ट करने की कोशिश मत करो. आपके लिए इट कुड बी कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट, बट आइडियली डू व्हाट इज सस्टेनेबल.
Being a gastroenterologist, being involved in gut health and everything, it's very clear that gut bacteria is the problem for everything else of what I see. So that made me change easily, that our bacteria needs fiber. And fiber, there is no fiber in non-veg at all. There is no fiber. And the only thing fiber can be given is through plant-based diet. And again, coming back to the same discussion, that we respect our gut bacteria will love us back.
Awesome. So there's another argument that a lot of people who go on these extreme carnivore and keto diets make, is that our ancestors, like more than 1,000 years ago, even before agriculture began, etc., right? So before the rise of modernization, when we had no grains, no crops, nothing, no hospitals, barren land, we used to just hunt, eat meat and live on that. Do you know how short the life expectancy was at that time, when there were no hospitals, when there was no modernization, when there was no fiber? Very easily a human could die in that case scenario. So survival of the fittest, yes, some would survive, but even a small cut could get infected and could kill you, right? So now with this technology that we have hospitals, we have things कि आपको अगर कुछ कट होता है तो इन्फेक्ट होने से पहले आप डॉक्टर के पास जाए बिना भी आप घर पे उसको ट्रीट कर सकते हो without it getting infected. We have Dettol and all, right? So the ultimate point is modernization happened for a reason, okay? So our ancestors didn't eat fiber, they didn't eat crops, they didn't eat lentils and beans and etc. etc. So why are we eating it? We should eat only meat. Yeah, go ahead and do that, and you will see your body suffer in some time. Completely meat diet. is definitely going to be problematic. Okay, and I can say this for sure, सबके लिए ये problematic हो गई. Include fiber along with your meat. I'm not saying meat inherently is bad, but try to include more fiber. जैसे मैं खुद भी जब non-vegetarian था, I would eat lots of vegetables, fruits along with whatever chicken and anda and meat that I was eating. So just be mindful of that. I think just one point that I wanted to say, that including this comparison of ancestors that used to only hunt and eat meat, yeah, we can't make that because we're not in that era right now. We are much better with much better life expectancies, much better healthcare facilities, and much better data, significant knowledge that we have. We can do researches and see what's working for humans and what's not, and then make the corrective action in nutrition. It will show for sure. अगर आप एक hardcore meat eater हो ना, 10 दिन ना completely go on like this 80-20 वाला rule कि आप maximum vegetarian diet पे चले जाओ, थोड़ा बहुत meat, थोड़ा मतलब 20% के अंदर कर लो, you will only see the difference and you will only understand, because I have been through that. Okay, I think I completely agree with whatever Dr. Pal is saying, and I'm so happy to see that a doctor is actually getting the recognition and using the platform, YouTube and Instagram, for the right reasons, giving out good information about health, gut health, digestion. It's really happy. It's very heartwarming for me to see such doctors using the platform for the right reasons. And I'm very happy that Dr. Pal is spreading the right information, because there are lots of doctors who are not even educated on nutrition. They don't read researches and they just give random information about whatever X and Y diet and saying that this is toxic, fruits are toxic, rice is toxic, ghee is toxic. आजकल ये चलता है Instagram पे. Big pucci. And out of all these stupid influencers, diet doctors, there's one doctor, Dr. Pal, that we should follow. Kudos to Dr. Pal. And that's it for this video. If you like this video, then you know what to do. Hit the like button, share this video with your friends and family members. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, and साथ में जो bell icon है उसको भी tap कर देना. You will get notified whenever I post new videos. And this is my Instagram. You can check out my Instagram if you wanna just see what I do in my daily routine, or if you wanna join my nutrition plans, you can DM me on Instagram, और नीचे आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन में मेरा वेबसाइट का लिंक मिल जाएगा. यू कैन चेक आउट द वेबसाइट एंड जॉइन द ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन प्रोग्राम्स, वेट लॉस के लिए या फिर वेट गेन के लिए या फिर जस्ट फॉर योर गट हेल्थ. यू कैन ऑल्सो जॉइन आवर गट हेल्थ प्रोग्राम दैट वी हैव रिसेंटली लॉन्च्ड. सो यू कैन चेक आउट द इंस्टाग्राम फॉर मोर अपडेट्स, चेक आउट द वेबसाइट, and I would love to help you. Stay tuned for more interesting content coming soon on my channel. Until then, bye bye, take care, namaste.